Guys, welcome back to Full Time Reds for a brand new episode. Thank you for everyone joining, watching, supporting. I've not done a video for a couple of days now. I was watching the Euros and enjoying them. I'm sure we all were, and hoping England can fucking put a performance in, which we never do. Right, in today's video, I'm going to go over a couple of things and give my kind of view on it, where I feel it's up to, how it can improve. I'm going to look at the transfer window and why I feel it's a positive start. We're going to look at something that not a lot of YouTubers, content creators in the Manchester United space have touched on, is who's actually in charge of these transfers. I'm going to look at Ten Hag's contract situation and Zirkzee and Branthwaite, and then what I feel will happen next going into this window. If you've not liked the video, if you've not subscribed, if you've not left us a comment, please do so. It really means a lot for such a small channel like us who are hoping to grow and just give an honest fan's view on Manchester United. Right, so let's get started. I feel the transfer window, what today we're on Wednesday the 19th, has been a positive start. What I felt has been different in this window over the other windows in the past is we're moving quicker, number one. So we're in for multiple players in multiple positions. Historically, what we've done is we've only gone in for the one player, and that's it. It's like Harry Maguire or nothing, or Mason Mount or nothing. And what happens in a situation like that, I've felt in the past, is we end up. So if we go in for example, Harry Maguire and Leicester go 80 million, and we're trying to negotiate that because we don't have a second option or a third option or another player that we feel is on par, what ends up happening is we end up paying the 80 million. And then that puts a lot of pressure on the player. It puts a lot of pressure on us. He has to hit the ground running because of the big fee, and it becomes a big problem. City do this really well. And what City do is, if you remember, two transfers I remember really well, what they did was Sanchez came to United and they had Riyad Mahrez lined up as a replacement for him. As somebody that if they didn't get Sanchez, they'd get somebody else. Maguire was the same, and they got Ruben Diaz. And I think this is a big shift, and it's a good thing to see, because what we don't want to be doing is ending up in a situation where we're only in for the one player, and the other club basically is holding us to ransom. So this is really, really positive to see. So at the moment we're hearing loads less Fafana, there's right wingers, but I think that the reason there's a lot of players' names being mentioned is because we're not saying we're going to do one central defense first. Once we've done that, we move on to left back. Once we've done left back, no, there's multiple deals going on at multiple times, which is very, very positive. So that's really, really positive, because I didn't want to fucking do this video going in about just negativity. I think that we need to focus on the positives as well. Every club has issues, and I think we're just going through a phase where we'll come out of it really well, in my opinion. The second thing, what I wanted to touch on, which I feel no one's really mentioned, and I'm quite shocked. I've watched a lot of content by a lot of people in this space for Manchester United, is who's actually in charge of transfers. No one seems to know, because based on Ten Hag's contract, he was in charge of transfers. He had the veto on transfers. Under Ineos's new football structure, the football at the moment, I think, is Wilcox, with Blanc, I think, who are kind of overseeing this until we get other appointments in, like Dan Ashworth and Omar Barada. So I'm not sure. What are they? Is Ten Hag approving these? Like the names that are being mentioned, are they not asking him? This is a bit of a problem, I feel, which is currently going on, and it needs kind of clarifying, because Ten Hag's current contract situation is also a problem, because we've obviously not handled this whole situation really well with when it came to trying to appoint a new manager. And what we've seen is we've said to him, right, basically, we've interviewed people and we think you're the best man for the job, which then means he's got the kind of upper hand now. And if he says, no, I still want a veto on transfers, what kind of happens there then? Who's in charge? That is a bit of a grey area and a bit worrying, really, because if he says I'm in charge and I don't want, for example, Zirkzee, then what happens? And I think it's this whole situation is a mess. And I think what should be done is his contract should be sorted out one way or the other first, whether he's given a higher wage and his role is changed, or whether or he might say, no, I'm going to stick to it the way it is, which might then become another problem. And yeah, I think this is something that's going to play out, and it'll be something to see. So let's see what happens with that. And we've also, over the last 48 hours, Zirkzee's been mentioned. Branthwaite, I think we're going in this week and we're trying to get a decision on that. I think these are a lot of podcasters, creators are saying, well, they're not going to get us into top four. They're not going to get us into. uh, would they sign for Arsenal? Well, no, they wouldn't. Arsenal are not eighth. We are. We're not going to go from eighth to first. We're probably going to go through from eighth, trying to get into top four. Once we get to top four, we'll have to change the squad again, trying to push for first. So this is going to have to go in stages, and it's very important we remember that as fans, rather than saying Zirkzee is no Haaland or Branthwaite is no. If it is Branthwaite, he's no, I don't know, Virgil van Dijk or Yap Stam. They're not going to be. We're banking on potential. They're at good price points. They improve the squad. And if they can stay fit, it helps us become a better team. Zirkzee will give us a totally different option if we do sign him up front to what Hoyland gives us. And like I said, fans just need to stop panicking. It's going to take time. We need to stay focused, get behind the team, support the team. Let's hope next season we start off with a bang. I know that the fixtures come out, but for the past 2 years, I've not even looked at the fixtures. They just traumatized me. Um, but let's get behind the team. Let's not jump to conclusion. Let the transfer window end. Let's see how it pans out, and let's judge the window at the end, not after every 24 hours or this team signs someone we haven't. We're in a different space. It's gonna take time. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and support the channel. I'll be back.